Here are 5 things people should know about 7-OH and Kratom and why you should want to be sedated through withdrawals. Doctor, you're a board-certified anesthesiologist and addiction specialist. Tell us, why do people think it's harmless, and what is it really?
Well, it is an herb, okay, and people think that all herbs or natural things are safe. However, they forget that most poisons come from natural sources. So just like heroin comes from a natural poppy plant, kratom comes from a leaf that grows in Southeast Asia, and when used appropriately, it might be a mild stimulant. However, we don't do anything halfway in America. We kind of go all in and concentrate things and put them in capsules, and it ends up being a very powerful opiate agonist, just like H and Fent and MTD. And the worst thing about it is that it's a relatively short-acting medication, so you get tolerant to it very quickly. So people get tolerant and then addicted to it within weeks, and they need more and more, and they end up spending hundreds of dollars a day on their habit, and that's when they come to us. It's not necessarily going to kill you like a Fent will, but it will cost you a lot of money, and the withdrawals will be brutal if you don't keep taking it.
So the withdrawals are identical in misery, even though people think just because they got it at the gas station or smoke shop that they're avoiding that, right?
The withdrawals are actually not only identical in misery, they're probably more miserable because it is not a clean opiate that affects other receptors in your central nervous system. So your withdrawals are actually worse.
And most people who have come to us have tried to cold turkey or white knuckle it at home.
Yes.
But, you know, with its long-acting alkaloids, you do feel sick for days on end. There's like the mental crash, the symptoms. Is that what drives people right back to using before they get to us?
They really tell me they use within hours of trying to get off because they feel so miserable. They can't sleep, they can't function. It's a true opioid, and it is a truly addictive substance, and it should be taken a lot more seriously than we are taking it.
Right. I mean, it's hard to take it seriously when it's at every gas station and smoke shop, right? So
Absolutely. When
you talk about like being sedated through the withdrawals is the smart way out. I mean, under sedation-assisted detox, you use specialized medicines, and what do those medicines do? Dumb it down for me.
Well, they precipitate withdrawals. It's very simple. Everybody has heard of naloxone, for instance, and Narcan. If somebody overdoses, they go to the hospital, they get Narcan so they can breathe again, then they wake up relatively mad because they have been in precipitated withdrawals now, and they leave the hospital and start using again. That's the usual story. I do essentially the same thing, except I don't allow you to leave and I don't allow you to feel the worst of the withdrawals.
So patients are sleeping sedated between 8 and 16 hours.
It depends on every patient.
Right.
Yes.
And during that time, you make the withdrawals happen, which speeds up the entire withdrawal process?
Exactly. It forces the withdrawal process because on the receptor level, I push off all the opioids off the receptors, and I block the receptors, and I keep them blocked. And that's what drives the withdrawal to be faster. And by the time people wake up, they're on the improving end. They are on the healing end of withdrawal.
So all the tough stuff is behind them.
Exactly.
And then you give medications to address any symptoms they might have after, but those are like mild symptoms?
Well, everybody's different. Some people have more, some people have less. Kratom typically is a very, for me, easy drug to take you off of.
Okay.
And I like getting people off of KR and 7-OH because it is, the people do really well.
Yes. And when they go to leave on Thursday, and today's Thursday, the people coming off Kratom and 7-OH, they're pretty good.
They are. They
Yep.
really are very good.
So thank you for doing this, and thank you for explaining it in a way that all of us can understand.
I did my best.
Okay. Thank you so much.